Hey Naturals, my name is Surati from Afro Hair in Fashion, and I'm finally making a video on my crochet braids because this is my third attempt, and I've been posting pictures on my Facebook page Afro Hair in Fashion and on the Facebook group South African Naturals and on my Instagram page as well, and people have been asking me, how did you do it, what hair did you use? And like I say, after 3 attempts I really have a lot to say about how I feel about crochet braids, which I love, and also how I did it and how I've kind of modified my technique. So I just wanted to share that with you and talk about how I did it and what hair I used, and how I've maintained them, and some of the challenges and some of the pros and cons of crochet braids. So first of all, I'm just gonna get straight into it. The video is called Crochet Braids with a Twist because I didn't actually use, now on my third attempt, I didn't use a crochet needle. So the first 2 times I used this crochet needle, and as you can see, it's pretty, I don't know, it's a pretty standard crochet needle. I've seen others, some YouTubers, like with these ones that you can close, somehow you open it and close it. This is my grandmother's needle, so I just used it and it was fine. The challenges that I had though, as you can see, it's quite thick. This part is quite thick, so to actually put it into your cornrow and then get it back out the other way is just quite challenging. So just for those of you who have never done crochet braids, it's very simple. It's seriously quick. What you do is you cornrow your hair, your own natural hair, and then you put the crochet needle into the cornrow. Okay, then you so this is not the hair I used, but I'll just use this as an example. Then you put this into your cornrow, then you attach the hair, then you basically weave it back through the cornrow, and then you take this out and then you knot it. So you knot it so that like you make like 2 or 3 knots so that it holds, and then that's it, and then you move on to the next one. So it's really, really simple. Now what I found was difficult was that, as you can see, like basically you have to make the cornrows loose enough so that you can get the needle through, but also tight enough that they're not supposed to be very, very loose. Okay, if you want your actual the hair to lie down nicely, it's important that the cornrows be relatively neat. It doesn't have to be like professional cornrowing, but it's just a bit challenging to get them tight enough and loose enough for this to actually go through the cornrow. So what I found, I had a lot of trouble and the front cornrows, because obviously if you want your hair to look as natural as possible, the hair to look as natural as possible, you have to have the cornrows in front quite thin and a bit smaller, so that it's quite natural and it doesn't look like these huge, you can't see these huge cornrows like sticking out. So I found it very difficult to get this needle in and then back out of my tiny little cornrows. So I used this bobby pin. Okay, so I guess you can call these bobby pin braids because I used this bobby pin, and as you can see, this is different from this. Okay, this is different from this in that this has got like a thick, it's very tight and it's got a thick little bulb at the top, whereas this one is very thin and it's easy to get through your cornrow. So what I did was I cornrowed my hair, then I would put the hair through the bobby pin, okay, and then close it like this, close it like that, and then weave that through my cornrow, and then pull the hair through, and then take out, I hope this is making sense, take out the hair, and then you just do it like that. You don't have to put it in then put it back out. It's much easier to get this through your hair than that thick crochet needle. Okay, so, and especially for your front cornrows where you have to make them as thin as possible so that the hair looks as natural as possible. So that's how I did my crochet braids. I didn't actually use a crochet needle. You can get this bobby pin like anywhere, I mean literally Clicks or any Discam or whatever. Obviously they're super cheap. This I didn't actually buy. I bought these ones before at Clicks and Discam, but this I probably got at a modeling job, and they had done my hair, and then I didn't do my hair when I finished it. I just kept the pins. So that's how I got this one, I know for sure, but you can get them literally anywhere and they're very, very cheap. So I think that is just making crochet braids even easier and even simpler. It's super quick. It's super easy to get that through your hair. It is a bit challenging, obviously, like I say, in the front, because you want your cornrows to be as thin as possible. You can also get away with a lot with this kind of hair. I mean, crochet braids you can do with any hair. You can do with this kind of natural afro texture looking hair. You can do with straight silky hair. I've seen people do it with straight silky hair. My sister did it with kind of wavy-ish silky hair. So you can use any hairpiece really. I used Rasta Bulk for this. This is Rasta Bulk hair and it's color 1, which is I think the darkest color. It doesn't seem to come in color 2, which is my natural color, which is like not pitch black, but just above that. It doesn't seem to come in color 2, and I was a bit concerned that, you know, I want something to look, I want it to look natural. I don't want something that's pitch black and it's gonna be a bit weird. But it turned out, I think it looks great. You don't really see the difference, and I really love it. So this is Rasta Bulk. I bought it at Kinky store, and what I like about this hair is that it's really natural looking. When you do your crochet braids, what's very important is to make sure that you two things, okay? You have to separate the hair, okay? So it comes in little, you know, partitions, the hair, and then don't just take one whole one and just weave it onto your hair. Separate it, okay? And then use this. And for the front hair, separate it even more. That's what I did, so that it looks really natural. Another thing is to make your weavings, if you would like to call it, quite like space them apart on your cornrows. Don't put them too close together, because what I did, and the first time my mistake was, I did not separate the hair, number 1, and I did them very close together. So my hair my head was just, you know, in the midst of this hair, and it just was like a huge bush, and it was terrible. I had to undo them. I literally had to cut them off after like 2 days. So make sure to space them apart. You can always come back and fill in if you feel like it's a bit too sparse. But if you put too much hair on one section, then it's just, you can't do anything, okay? So I would suggest making sure that you space them apart, and if it's hair like this, you really don't want a lot. I mean, you can get away with having very big spaces with hair like this because you don't want it to be huge. Unless you do want like huge, enormous hair, which is cool. You can get that with this, and that's what I love about crochet braids, you know. In terms of your cornrow pattern, I found some really cool cornrow patterns on Google. Just Google cornrow pattern for crochet braids. You get a whole lot of different ones. On my 3rd time now, have found one that I think was the best, and my cornrowing underneath is the neatest that I've done so far, and I feel like my front hair looks quite natural. I mean, it's not real hair. I'm not trying to convince anyone that this is my hair. I have my natural hair that I'm growing underneath. Everyone knows me as a natural girl. I'm growing my hair, so I don't need people to think that it's my natural hair. But you still want it to look as natural as possible. You know, you don't want huge cornrows sticking out from underneath or huge knots sticking out. So what I did was I did like 4 or 5 on each side, tiny little cornrows, and then going back, okay, and then 1 and 2 cornrows going like that on the side, and then the rest going straight back at the back of my head. So that's very, very simple. Again, with hair like this, you can get away with a very messy cornrow pattern because no one's going to see your cornrow pattern. It's literally just to weave the hair. But just try to get it as neat as possible because you know, it helps with the weaving of the crochets of the hair into your hair. Your cornrows are neat. Okay, so in terms of maintaining crochet braids, I would say firstly that crochet braids are, you know, such a good protective style. And when I discovered them, I was just like, this is perfect. I've had my hair out for the whole year because I'm a model, and if you get a job or if you get called for a job and your hair's in braids, you know, box braids, you have to literally take them out because you can't work with box braids. So I just felt like I could even maybe work with this hair. I haven't actually gotten a job with my crochet braids, but I mean, I think it's a really cool look. My agency likes them, and I feel like it's a great way to have natural hair, like my hair out, but not really out. So, and my hair's protected and everything underneath. So it's a great protective style. It's very important not to neglect your hair when you have any protective style. You have to spray. I spray my scalp every single day with water, my mixture of water, Tresemme, conditioner, Tresemme Naturals conditioner, and aloe vera juice. And I try to massage my scalp every day. Also with this hair, with this particular hair, Rasta bulk, be ready to detangle, because this hair is, like I say, it's so much like natural hair. Be ready to comb, and have your Afro comb ready, because you have to comb it. You have to really maintain this hair and detangle it. So I've kept mine. I've started mine quite long because I love big long hair, and also because I know that as I comb it every day, there'll always be hair, like little loose hair at the ends, and then I just cut it. So I'll be cutting my hair every day. So I might as well start it long so that I have room to. It's going to be getting shorter as the weeks go by. Also, what else? Be ready to detangle, spray your scalp. Also, again, it's so much like natural hair. You have to put it up in some way. I do at night. I do two twists on each side, just two twists on each side and tie it up at night. Very simple, very easy. So if you're looking for a style that you don't have to maintain, that is literally get up and go, you don't even have to think about it, crochet braid with this kind of hair, crochet braids is not bad. But I really don't mind, because I want the natural hair look. I want the natural hair look and feel. So I don't mind the maintenance. I mean, it's not like I have to moisturize and seal this. I don't have to worry about that. But in terms of in the morning, obviously you have to comb it, you have to cut it a little bit sometimes. You have to plait it at night or tie it up somehow, because it gets very tangled. Another way that it's so much like natural hair is that a little bit of water sprayed on it, or just on your hands, helps to detangle the hair. So it's very much like natural hair. Another thing, so in terms of my challenges with crochet braids, it is limited versatility. Obviously it's not real hair, so I guess it's just the price you have to pay. It's normal. With me, with this, it's nice and big and fluffy, and it's very hot right now, so I can't actually put it up. I can pull it back into a low ponytail, but I can't put it up because of the hairline, unless you leave some of your own natural hair out on your hairline so that it blends in, and then you can tie it up. But for me, I was gonna do that, but I felt like I'm trying to grow my hair. My hair's been out all year, combing and this and that, and I feel like my hair's just been at the same length for too long, so I really just want to give my hair a break, and I want to just put it away. So I decided not to leave any hair out except for my little baby hairs. So yeah, it's limited versatility in terms of what you can do, because you can't put it back if you completely cornrow and cover all of your hair. You can't pull it back into certain styles unless you put like a scarf on the front and then you pull it up or something like that. But you just have to be creative. Like I said, one of the challenges is that it's a lot like natural hair. You have to detangle, use water to detangle it, and you have to plait it at night somehow. So those are the challenges so far that I've found with crochet braids, but I'm willing to put up with it. I really enjoy this hairstyle. And what I like about natural hair, about crochet braids, is that it is a lot like natural hair. That's what I like the most. I think it looks quite natural, I think. And like I say, I'm not trying to convince anyone that this is my natural hair, but it needs to look as natural as possible. So I like that it does. I like that it's very quick. It's way quicker than box braids. Way quicker than box braids. And the more you do them, the better you get at the style. It's just very quick, especially with my new technique that I found using the bobby pin. So I just find that really makes it even more easy and more simple and faster. And for me, I get to have the big long hair that I fantasize about. I love Diana Ross hair. I love Solange's wigs and weaves that she does. So I get to have that kind of look and still protecting my hair underneath and still giving a break and still having my hair out and still being able to go for castings, for modeling castings, because that's my big thing, that I can't actually plait my hair during the year most of the time because I might miss out on jobs, So for this, I feel like I can have my hair out, but not out at the same time. Yeah, I mean, it is limited versatility, but I feel like it's versatility in that it does give me versatility in that I can do you know, have big long hair, I can maybe next time do it with something a little bit more looser, or I can do it with different types of hair pieces. You can do crochet braids with locks, you know, like different kind of locks, hair pieces. So you can really play around with it. And when I first discovered crochet braids, most people seem to be doing them with Mali hair or Kanekalon, but mostly I heard Mali hair, and I was trying to find Mali hair and I couldn't find, well I did, but I didn't really like the one that I found. I don't know if it's the brand or what, but I didn't like it, and I thought I had to do it with Mali hair, but you really don't. If you find a hairpiece that looks nice, that you like, you can do crochet braids with that hairpiece. So that's what I like about it. I'm going to now be exploring what other hair pieces I can try, maybe try find like browns and different colors, so I can try highlights. You know, you can really have fun with it in a way that you might not want to with your natural hair, because you might dyeing your hair might dry your hair out and all those kinds of things. So you can try a whole lot with crochet braids. So that's what I have to say about crochet braids. Like I said, crochet braids with a twist, using a bobby pin rather than a crochet needle. Please do try it and let me know how you find using the bobby pin instead of a crochet needle. And also let me know if there's anything I haven't addressed in this video, and if there's anything you would like me to address in future videos, because this is the first of many. And yeah, please follow my page, my Facebook page, Afro Hair in Fashion. I'm on Instagram as well, at Afro Hair in Fashion. And yeah, just follow, like, share, and please just help spread the love of natural Afro textured hair, because you know that's what Afro Hair in Fashion is all about, just celebrating and discovering why, and thinking about why we're not seeing enough representation of natural Afro textured hair, and why as Black women find it so difficult to go natural, or even explore weaves and wigs with our own, you know, textures that are similar to our own hair textures. Why not, you know? So yeah, thanks for watching the video, and like the page. Ciao.